What's good, fam? Teacher ready? ERB'S back with another ER breakdown. Today we're doing Abe Lincoln versus Chuck Norris, trying to finish off this first season of ERB before I get back to doing all the others. So, winner in this one, I'm a huge fan of kung fu movies, karate movies, samurai movies. Like, I am a huge nerd. I mean, in the 80s, you couldn't be, as a kid, not a huge fan of Bruce Lee. I mean, Bruce Lee was everything. So, as far as Chuck Norris goes, though, I always thought he was mad overrated. Even as a professional, I mean, it's not like he was doing MMA type shit. He was all padded up back in the day, and it was really just like making contact for points. Chuck Norris is just so full of himself, and the Chuck Norris facts are annoying as fuck, too. So I'm picking Abe Lincoln, man. It's Abraham Lincoln. He saved the Union. Gettysburg Address. He's on Mount Rushmore. One of the greatest presidents we ever had. Ended slavery. Enough said. So I'm picking Abe Lincoln in this one. Damn! Abe Lincoln coming out with the heat! With the heat! Let's break it down.
65 years in the...
So 65 years in the past. So this is a reference to his famous and probably most famous speech, the Gettysburg Address speech, which starts out, 7 years ago. A score is 20, right? So 65 years ago would be 145 years ago. So this video is 10 years old, so he's referring to the end of the Civil War in 1865. So...
the past, I won the Civil War with my beard!
I won the Civil War with my beard! Man, battle of the beards, man, because Chuck Norris facts say that Chuck Norris can stop bullets with his beard. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Now I'm here to whoop your ass! I've read up on your back! You cure cancer with your tears! Well, tell me, Chuck, how come you never sat down and cried on your career?
Damn, man, the beat is hot too, man. I love this beat. And of course, Abe Lincoln here is referencing the Chuck Norris facts, right? I read up on your facts, man. You cure cancer with your tears. Because one of the Chuck Norris facts is that, Chuck Norris never cries. But if he did, his tears would be able to cure cancer. That's how powerful they were. But Abe Lincoln is like, yo, Chuck, why aren't you crying over your career, son? Because Chuck Norris, again, man, Chuck Norris's biggest claim to fame was appearing in Return of the Dragon. So Bruce Lee did 4 complete movies, 1 incomplete movie, which was Game of Death. His first movie was The Big Boss, then The Chinese Connection, Return of the Dragon, and then his big international first American movie, which was Enter the Dragon, which unfortunately he did not live to see come out, even though he completed the movie. He died on July 20th, 1973. So Chuck Norris's career, I mean, yeah, he did a bunch of movies in the 70s and 80s, the usual action flicks, but again, I wasn't a huge fan, and I never watched that fucking Walker, Texas Rangers show. None of that stuff, man. Like I said, man, Clint Eastwood has a huge ass ego, and every time somebody breaks out one of them Chuck Norris facts, I'm like, yeah, but Bruce Lee whipped his ass. And Chuck Norris has admitted in the past that, yeah, Bruce could easily defeat him, even though he kind of flip-flopped on that later on in life.
You're a washed-up has-been on TV selling total gems, and you're gonna lose this battle like you lost Return of the Dragon!
Yes, he called him out on it. You're gonna lose this battle just like you lost in Return of the Dragon, even though it was an epic fight. I mean, it's probably Bruce Lee's most famous fight in his movies, but definitely most famous for Chuck Norris. It's by far the most famous thing he's done. And they actually fought in the Roman Colosseum. They let them film in the Colosseum, which was cool. And he also mentioned you're a washed-up has-been selling total gems. So back in the day, there was a whole fad of celebrities endorsing fitness equipment, like Suzanne Summers endorsing the Thigh Master, and Chuck Norris was endorsing this thing called the Total Gym. And basically, it was just an infomercial that was on at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And Chuck was like, yeah, man, you should get this Total Gym. This is totally how I work out. But you know, that's not how they fucking work out. They're just trying to sell this bullshit.
I'll rip your chest hairs out, put him in my mouth. I'll squash you like I squash this out. I never told a lie and I won't start now. You're a horse with a limp, I'll put you down.
Damn. All right, so here are a couple of more references to the Bruce Lee movie, Return of the Dragon.
You're gonna lose this battle like you lost Return of the Dragon. I'll rip your chest hairs out, put him in my mouth.
Yeah, so during the fight, when Chuck gets Bruce down on the ground, Bruce kind of like grabs his arm, and with his other hand, he grabs that, because Chuck Norris had like that fucking like wool sweater. That wool sweater, man, he's a hairy man. He grabbed them chest hairs and ripped them out. And then he kind of blew them out of his hand like,
I'll squash you like I squash this out. I never told a lie and I won't start now. You're a horse with a limp, I'll put you.
yeah, so I'll squash you like I squashed the South. So, of course, during the Civil War, it was the North versus the South. The South, well, not the entire South. There were some states that did not secede from the Union and did not join the Confederacy. So, but he's saying, you know, I won the Civil War, man. I squashed the South. I don't tell lies, and I ain't going to start now, because he was known as Honest Abe. Abe Lincoln never told a lie, but of course, he told lies. That's nonsense. You're a horse with a limp, I'll put you down. So I think that's a double reference. So, you know, famously, like if a horse breaks its leg, you know, it gets put down, right? It gets shot for various reasons. Financial, medical costs, etc., etc., and also the horse's recovery. But also during the fight in Return of the Dragon, the way Bruce ends up winning is he actually breaks Chuck Norris's, I think he breaks both his legs. It might have been one, but I believe it was both. He did a kind of side kick to his calf and broke that leg. I remember that one. And Chuck gets up like a warrior, man, and tries to fight it off, but Bruce ends up snapping his neck. So that's kind of a double entendre there. Like, I'm going to put you down. Like, I'm going to kill you like Bruce killed you.
This isn't Gettysburg, punk. I'd suggest retreating, for I invented rap music when my heart started beating. Chuck Norris doesn't battle, he just allows you to lose.
Oh, man, that's an awful sidekick, man. That's an awful sidekick. So he's saying, this ain't Gettysburg. So, of course, the Gettysburg Address, but the Battle of Gettysburg was one of the biggest victories for the North and one of the bloodiest battles of the Civil War. And that's why Lincoln showed up there and gave the famous speech. But he's saying, yo, this ain't Gettysburg, man, so you should retreat right away. And then he starts in on the Chuck Norris facts. So yeah, one of the facts is that the first rap beat was when Chuck Norris's heart started beating. Yeah, no.
When my heart started beating. Chuck Norris doesn't battle, he just allows you to lose. My raps will blow your mind like a verbal John Wilkes Booth.
I've got
Okay, that was an okay line. Otherwise, he's just quoting Chuck Norris facts, man. He ain't even trying. He's just quoting facts.
He just allows you to lose. My raps will blow your mind like a verbal...
My raps will blow your mind like a verbal John Wilkes Booth. So, of course, for those, I mean, I don't know, people who don't know, but John Wilkes Booth assassinated President Lincoln in 1865 at Ford's Theater. He snuck in to the presidential balcony and then shot Lincoln from behind, point blank in the back of the head. So he's saying his verbal attack will be like a verbal John Wilkes Booth and blow his mind, just like John Wilkes Booth blew his mind all over the place when he got him. Damn, man, Lincoln roasted himself right there. Damn, son. So I got my face on the side of a mountain. Of course, that's referencing Mount Rushmore.
you voted for John McCain.
Yes, Norris, yeah, he was a big John McCain supporter. So he's basically saying you back the loser. You know, losers back losers.
I've got a bucket full of my head.
I got a bucket full of my head. So he's talking about pennies. and he's about to make it rain.
You block bullets with your beard. I catch up with.
You block bullets with your beard, which is a Chuck Norris fact that his beard is so strong it block bullets. I love the fact that Abe Lincoln's got a grill too, man. He's like Paul Wall, man. Rob the jewelry store and tell him make me a grill. I catch him with my skull. He's like, man, you get it, man. I catch bullets with my skull, but you died though.
My skull. I make fun of Walker, Texas Ranger, but I've never even seen that show. True, man. Walker, Texas Ranger, man. Like Clint Eastwood walking around with a cowboy hat and a fucking what was it, like a trench coat, whatever. Like doing that one roundhouse fucking kick, man. That's all Chuck Norris, man. Chuck Norris and the roundhouse kick. Chuck Norris, roundhouse kick. That's it.
I am Chuck fucking Norris! I've spread more blood and gore than 40 score of your puny civil war!
More than 40 score of your puny civil war. So damn, 40 score would be 40 times 20. That's 800. So he's saying that he spilled more blood and gore than 800 civil wars combined. 600 was like 650,000 people died during the Civil War. So damn, man, multiply that by 800. I ain't doing that. Let's see, say 48. Add 0. 40, it's like 48 million? Is that right? Nah, Chuck Norris, I don't think so, man.
Bitch! I split the union with a roundhouse kick! I wear a black belt on the beard that I grow on my dick!
Really? Really, Chuck? You grow a beard on your dick? Number one, man, manscape. All right? Women or men, whatever you're into. Yeah, man. Nobody wants a mouth, especially because all that chest hair. Like, son, I can't even imagine all the hair you got going on down there. So you need to get yourself one of them manscaping things. Because, you know, when people go down on that, they don't want a mouthful of fucking, ginger hair, man. That ain't right, man. That's not cool, man.
I attack sharks when I smell them bleed!
I attack sharks when I smell them bleed, which is a play on the fact that sharks can, like, smell a drop of water and, like, 100 million, gallons of water. I don't remember the fact. But he's just playing on that he's the one that attacks sharks when they bleed. Damn, man. Yo, that's low-key racist as fuck, man. So again, he's just spitting Chuck Norris facts. I don't go swimming. Water just wants to be around me.
My fists make the speed of light.
My fists makes the speed of light. Wish it was faster because his fists are so quick, which they're not.
Wish that it was faster. You may have freed the slaves, but Chuck is everyone's master.
You may have freed the slaves, but Chuck is everyone's master. Really, man? So you calling everybody slaves? That ain't right, man. That ain't right, Chuck Norris. You lose just for that, man. But again, I'm saying Abe Lincoln won, man, because he had the hotter fucking disses. He had the better flow. He had the grill. He had everything going, man. Chuck just came in with spitting like fucking Chuck Norris facts, man. That's why there wasn't even so much to break down here. Look at this. This is a world record. I completed this entire fucking reaction in like 14 minutes, man. Because there was nothing to break down on Chuck's part, man. On Abe's part, yes, but not Chuck's. So this was like a clear cut victory for me as far as Abe Lincoln goes, man. Random ass matchup again, this was season 1, but it's still fun, man. Even like a mediocre ERB is still a great ERB. So again, I know in the comments you're like, when are you gonna do this? When are you gonna do this one? When are you gonna do this one? I'm gonna do all of them, I promise. But like a lot of you suggested, I just want to get through season 1 first, so I don't end on any like, lower quality mediocre ERBs from the past. Okay, so that's what I'm doing right now, but I'm almost done with season 1. I think I got like 3 left. So we're going to get through those and then we're going to move on to all the other ones. So as always, fam, thank you so much. Leave me in the comments below. Who do you think won? Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? And of course, as always, I know you guys love pointing out what the history teacher missed. So leave them comments below if I missed anything. Otherwise, thank you so much for the support. Love you guys. Check the links in the description if you want to support Teacher Ready. There's the Patreon, the Discord, donations, all that stuff is greatly appreciated. And as always, I will catch you next time. Fam! And as always, shining out the Patreons who keep things running here, starting with the Chancellors, Elena G, Nazvanyu, Douglas C, KP, the Hollow King, the Principals, Aaron Shepard, Addison, Clement, Vijandra, Rachel, Alex, King Panda, Freeman, Moody Kakati, Nathan, Chad, Chris Tobago, Sophia, Robin, Lord Gandalf, Luna, Harry, Robin, and Blue Tech, and of course, Rasmus. I've been Teacher Ready, and I'll catch you next time.